Well, Nami-sama, we did it. We did it, hooray. 100th episode of In My Opinion. I guess technically it'd be my 100th actual episode. Of course, I've done episodes where I talked about multiple things, but as a In My Opinion as a whole, this is the 100th one I'm doing and putting out. I wanted to do something special. I wanted to show pretty much how much an opinion is an opinion, how much I change on that, how much a fickle an opinion is, and how things can be swayed in a different way just because of how you think at a certain point. There's a lot of things I saw, and I wrote down all of the things that were in my opinion, and that were topics about in my opinion, and I wanted to go over all of them. Hopefully we can have some kind of time clock go down as it's going, but we're going to try to see and find how many things I really still feel on the matter. So I'm going to go ahead and try to just speed run these through and try to make it as funny as possible, because what I want to do is, I know it's usually, in my opinion, it's going to have some Overwatch gameplay, but I'm sure it'll still be up there. What I'm going to do is pop up the actual topics, the thumbnails, whether it be from Tracer's Booty to Vine to reaction videos to religion. We're going to go through all of them and just see how much is really still my opinion on the matter. So we're going to go ahead and get a clock started here, and we're going to start with this one. Honestly, I think that this is still something that I think is pretty stupid. I don't think it's a problem anymore, but as far as her butt being shown or being perceived as a almost promiscuous or whatever they wanted to complain about her showing her butt and being sexist about the whole situation, I think is kind of stupid. And I think Tracer as a person, even if she was a lesbian, I'm still attracted to her because I do enjoy Tracer. I think if she was a real woman, I'd be attracted to her, even if she wasn't attracted to me. I think it's the concept of her booty should not define who she is, but it's a concept it's really stupid. It's one thing to complain about someone's appearance when they're a person, or their body, or anything like that, but it's one thing to do it on a person who's not even a fictional person. Wow, that one's taking way too long. So the next one, it's it's a pile of shit right now. Still, it's still shit. I don't know why it's still around, and it should be gone by now. Next one, they do clear up my depression pretty good. I enjoy them very much still. I think when I did this episode, I complained about the actual them themselves memes and stupid stuff like 90s kids, bullshit like that. So I think that's a little bit different. I think memes are very enjoyable, but I think stupid shit that people make up, like fucking troglodytes or just dumbass people who make up stupid memes, is just... We shouldn't put the power in their hands. I guess they're able to create whatever they want. But anyway. Next one is wrestling. And I honestly think this is one of the situations where it depends on where it is. Because as a soap opera for, grown-ups or kids or men in general, I honestly think this is something that constantly changes. And it shouldn't be really judged on how it's going on right now. I mean, it's not really in the news or anything big anymore. Back in the Attitude Era in the 90s, it was big and a big deal and a thing. I mean, yes, it is fake, but it's enjoyable to watch. It's a fun show to put on. It's almost like watching a play or anything like that. So I mean, I still enjoy wrestling, but I think when the times change, it's hard to get back into it. I'm always against PC Master Race. So that is just something that's always going to be annoying to me. I hate generalizing or putting people in a box. I think gaming is gaming, and that's what all it should be. Okay, next one. Reality TV should be destroyed, should never be made anymore. It's one of the worst things that's ever been made by man, and it should be gone. Next one. GameStop. Okay, well, I mean, that's the same thing, essentially. Just skip to the next one. I honestly think, and I'll talk about this later, I know it's in the list as well, remakes and remasters are going to be pretty hard to pull off when it comes to, I think at the time it was Beauty and the Beast, and I was talking about Disney and how they wanted to remake everything. I think a lot of it's hit or miss, and it's going to be bad if one of your favorites or your classics are going to be remade and going to be awful, because I don't think Disney can do no wrong. I think they'll probably fuck up one of these stories. If they do Lilo and Stitch, I'll be pretty upset, and I'll probably mess that up too. So I mean, it's all on, I guess, the story or what movie you're looking forward to or being remaked. So, I mean, I'll talk about it more in the next subject. So, okay, well, I mean, that's a whole thing. So, I mean, as far as superhero movies, I think it's eventually going to die down. I mean, I think even Marvel is anticipating that with the series of shows on Disney Plus. So I think that's going to be a thing where it will die down eventually. Vine, thank God it's dead. Destiny, thank God it's dead. Hobbies, I do still collect Pops. I still do enjoy finding something that you enjoy and do it. It's always fun to have that thing that makes you feel good. Ending the trend, end the trend. I think that episode was just a moment in time where it's not really something. It's not a thing anymore. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Martin 5050 made that one, and he tried to make something because there was an issue with Xbox and their platform as far as the social media sharing and bullshit. Where it was half the time it wasn't even gaming, and it was kind of annoying to see this, platform not being used for what it's made for. My Twitter was hacked a while ago. I don't even think that's a point to be anymore. It's more of a isolated incident. Being vegan, I think, can be good. I think it's healthy to be, but I think what I complained about originally was throwing it in people's faces, and that's something I don't really find to be with anything that you want to tell people. You should find those people that you can talk to about it, and obviously, if people want to talk about it because everyone else isn't, then you're just being annoying. Fidget spinners are luckily dead. They've died and gone, and I told you, I want to, there's a video I think I have of Siege where I was right. I think AJ and Dan and Bones all complained about fidget spinners and Pops, and fidget spinners are pretty much gone for the time being. No one ever uses them anymore. No one really bothers. They're fads. Funko might still be going on, but it's not dead yet. So I just think about that one episode. Maybe it's a little bit vindictive. Fuck you, Dan, Bones, and AJ. Next one, feminists. Fuck them. I don't see the point. People should all be created equal. You shouldn't try to single out one type of person. That's it. All right, next one. Corporations. I mean, corporations are pretty much awful. I think, in the grand scheme of things, there's got to be some kind of corporations that are controlling most of the world's powers. I mean, I know that sounds very conspiracy. It's very conspiracy-esque, but I think it's a very thing where people hold the power, and it's usually probably a white old guy. All right, next one. Big Bang Theory. Glad it's canceled, or glad it's over. Wonder Woman was a great movie, and I still think it is probably one of the best ones in DC. I have not seen Aquaman yet, but I hold by Wonder Woman being a good DC movie. Country music, still shit. Most of it's shit, especially with Lil Nas. Lil Nas's song "Old Town Road" still shit. I don't know if you want to call it country. Old school country's great. I think when it comes down to country, it's fine. But it's bullshit. Pop country is fucking annoying. Music in general, I think I made back when I made this video was Halsey. I complained about Halsey, and I think now I actually liked the last album since then that she made, which makes me, exactly my point of why I wanted to do this was that a lot of my opinion can be fickle at the time. Anime. Well, I mean, I still like the animes that I like, and I find it to be, I'm glad that people have their thing that they like, One Punch Man and all, Hero Academia, but I just can't get into stuff like that. I think in shows in general right now, I'm not watching overall, so I mean, watching an anime in general, I think, is just going to be difficult for me lately, at least. America. Mumble rappers, I think, are kind of dying out. As far as mumble rappers, there's not really much anymore that are big. It's kind of like fidget spinners. There's less and less of that. I mean, there was... that's the thing about people like Post Malone. I don't think he's a mumble rapper. I think he's a legit musician that is actually making music. I don't think he's ever had... maybe Rockstar would be one accusation of mumble rapping, but I don't think he has no lyrics where it's just like... Because, that was the thing. Panda and Designer, his song Panda was the thing that was making it. There was no real lyrics or he was just kind of flipping around and just mumbling shit. Anyway, Beaches, hate them. All right, San Diego Comic-Con 2017. Don't remember what happened there, but hey, I'm sure it was cool. I'm pretty sure that was when Justice League was coming out. I'm sure I get to that eventually on here. Doom Cruise. I'm upset that Terry Crews is still not Doomfist in this game, but I mean, I guess they went with a choice that they wanted to, and that's cool, I guess. I just don't see why you couldn't go with someone like Terry Crews. I mean, that would be a great pick. It should have been something that people could have got behind and enjoyed the game even more, but it's whatever. Now there you go, Justice League. Pretty awful movie. Doesn't make any sense. Even if that final cut comes out that Zack Snyder has, I tell him to bring it. I don't think Zack Snyder is really that good as far as a director. I don't think I've enjoyed anything he really made. I mean, even there's Dawn of the Dead, I think. The Dawn of the Dead remake he directed or he wrote. Or maybe he directed it and James Gunn wrote. I love James Gunn, but even that, it's not a great movie. It's pretty stupid movie. It's not his best. Nazis, fuck them. Sports fans, fuck them. New cartoons, fuck them. I do get the whole point of being progressive towards cartoons. I know Steven Universe tries real hard to do that, and that's fine. I get that. But I can't get into it. I hate cartoons that aren't, they make you think about real life trouble. Because when I go in to watch cartoons, I try to think of losing my thoughts and just, watching. What else we got? We have Miley Cyrus. Even now, she's still doing stupid shit. I think that's just fucking retarded. She's back and forth with whatever Hemsworth she's with, and I think that's just fucking pointless. It's stupid. God, I wish I never did a video on her. She's just fucking annoying. Trolls. I mean, internet trolls, they're a dime a dozen. I mean, it's just trying to get people pissed off and have people hate you. So, what else can you do besides just ignore them? I mean, trolls are always going to be around, and they shouldn't be something that should get to you. Halloween, love it. Not the sexy cats and the sexy nurses, but I love Halloween in general. Uber, don't have to take it anymore. Back then I did. I do think it's not a fun way, but a good way to meet new people. I could see if you were in a drinking kind of, way of life, that would be fun. But I don't really think I would use it constantly. Pop music is just the worst, especially the radio stations around where I live. They kind of just play the same shit over and over again, and most of it's just the catchy upbeat, the catchy hook and everything. That's just garbage as well. Rick and Morty. It's a great show. Luckily, the whole Rick and Morty being a astute, smart person, Rick and Morty bullshit meme, that's kind of done with and over. The Szechuan sauce epidemic ended, and thankfully we're done over that. I just enjoy the show. I want it to go back, and fourth season is coming soon, so that's going to be good. Jobs, they're difficult to find, but if you find one, you should keep one, because they are, especially something you do enjoy, legitimately enjoy. So I think that's another thing that you should enjoy and just have. As far as a job, it's always nice to have that thing that you enjoy about life with working and making money. Body image, I think even now I'm not at the best shape that I want to be, and I don't think people should be shamed for how they look. I mean, I don't think it's a thing anymore. I mean, some people do. It's one of those things that it's really just in the eye of the beholder. I mean, if you think someone's sexy looking and they might have some curves on them, I get it. But yeah, I don't see why body image is still a thing. Reaction videos, they're alright. I think, like I said in the video, I remember this one because you have to have personality. As long as you have personality to you, I think it's all the more better to have reaction videos because you're actually bringing something to the table. Religion, fuck it. I don't like religion. Religion is just an awful thing people use to push things on other people. If you're that type of person, then shame on you, but religion is not something you should try to push things and teach things on people. I think morals in general, you should know how you want to be and how to treat people, and that should be it. EA, I mean, it's right now it's making. I've enjoyed Apex Legends lately, but I know they're up to no good. They want to get as much money as they can because they think, I guess, gaming is going to slowly become a dying market. I don't know. Black Friday and Thanksgiving are still fine. I mean, it's just the monotony of all of it. And I've talked about that in the video before. It's just the monotony of all of it, and just the stupid shit of waking up early and or waking up late and just going and trying to get the best deal when some people don't even get the best deal for other people. I find that time of year to start giving to other people and start giving and not taking or receiving yourself. I mean, my return to, in my opinion, was about me. I had a lot of shit that was going on, and I thought, why not, pull inward and see if there's something that I can change. And I think that one was a good one for me, because not only did it come back, but I had something to talk about that was relevant with me, and it just helped kind of get stuff off my chest. We got Batman, who is great on his own. He has that one rule. I think I talked about him being not my favorite. But other than that, I think Batman's a good stable. It's 75 years now, 80 years of Batman, and I think that's one of those things that is always great to have around. I mean, Batman has so many renditions of him, and it's just Batman himself is just a great character. But I think when they make it convoluted and crazy and get really weird with it, like the Batman who laughs, I think that's a stupid storyline. I mean, from what I've seen so far, I just don't find it interest. I don't find an interest to read it. That's all. Love, it's weird. Love is just difficult. What else can you say about love? I honestly still think, and I probably always will think, that when it comes to afterlife, you will just kind of lay in the ground. Holidays, I think, are always enjoyable because it's time to spend with family, and it's exactly where, like, the whole staying away from your job and just trying to find time to relax and enjoy the time you have with other people. And driving has become easier for me, and that is something that I do enjoy. I love driving now. It's been a lot better. I think the thing I really get annoyed with lately is upkeep on the car, but other than that, I think it's fine. Video game movie, still not a good one. If you could find a good one for me, please put it in the comments below, because I can't find a goddamn good video game movie. From what I heard of Ready Player One, not many people liked it, but most of the people who I heard from, they read the book, so they kind of shitted on it because they read the book, and I think it's that mentality of you see what you see in your head. Fortnite, wish it died. Harry Potter this one was a big one because I know a lot of people had an issue with this one because I wasn't a big Harry Potter fan, and a lot of people were like, you don't understand it, I think my qualm was more, my issue was more with J.K. Rowling and the shit about her changing up the continuity of it and stuff like that. I love the world. I can't get into it too much, but I love the concept of the world and how it's structured. It does have that good and evil, and that's always good to have. But I don't think I can get into it as a like diehard fan. And I mean, I understand that people enjoy it. I mean, I love Star Wars. Some people don't get that. So I mean, I understand. People got mad at me about the Harry Potter one being my girlfriend and one being another friend. But I think it's just something that it's just something that it's just got to be your thing, I guess. Some people don't like Star Wars. Some people don't like Marvel. I don't get Harry Potter, but I do enjoy Fantastic Beasts. That world I think I enjoy just because of the fact that it's more of the enjoyable type of less continuity. It's more of like you're learning about new people and you don't have to worry about like the different stuff. And the problem with that is there are prequels, so you know that some people can't die. That's always an issue. I'm gonna move on to that one from that. That's all I really can say about it. I just hate acapella singing, really. That's the only thing with singing. Other than that, I enjoy singing myself. I like singing in the shower. I like singing in the car. That's it. Smoking, still bad for you. Shouldn't do it. Don't do it. Spider-Man game was great. Venom was alright. I don't think now, looking back, it was amazing, but it was a good movie to see as Venom being brought to life on, the big screen. Still hate growing up. Still hate working out. Parody songs, like I said before, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty set on that. I'd find parody songs to be good when it comes to people who can legitimately have fun with them. Weird Al does, I think, the best job, and that's just it's when he copies other people, it's nice, but even when he makes his own funny songs, I think it's good too. It's just, I think, more being a comedian than being an actual musician. Porn. I think I had an issue with this one. I enjoy it, like, a lot. Like, I think porn itself is such an interesting industry. It's quite, like, interesting on the way that it's so taboo, but a lot of people just enjoy it, and that's good. I mean, people have their favorite wrestler, people have their favorite spam. Spam is always annoying. I mean, that's just shit. Just shit that people send to you about stupid shit. I don't think I meant the actual food spam. Heroes. This was one of my tributes. This is back when Stan Lee had passed away, and I still miss him because he was one of the greatest parts, I think, of the MCU when it came to the stuff he made, the people he created. It honestly is something where he had a vision of what a good person and what being a hero was all about, and I to this day, I think he was such a visionary as far as what he thought about telling stories and how people can be flawed and yet be so amazing. I'm gonna get choked up here. Miyazaki, still same thing. I think the same thing. Miyazaki has such a feeling of wonderment and such a amazing way of showing people stories. There's a lot of stories that I thought weren't good. I mean, The Wind Rises was one of, I think, the worst ones, but other than that, the more of fantasy ones were amazing to see because it was just something you've never seen before, and I think that's something he did so well to show you fantasy like that. Boxes and crates. I hope Loot Crate is done. I haven't gotten any emails from them. They should stop sending me emails in general. They're awful. Most of those fucking companies are awful. Hate being sick. That's it. Trailers. They're alright depending on how you... I don't even know what I complained about this for. Fuck it. Fuck that one. Jury Duty. That's actually pretty fun. Jury Duty is a lot of fun. I got a little nervous that I'd putting a man to death, but it wasn't that wasn't the case. But yeah, I enjoyed that. Christmas, I love Christmas completely. Christmas is one of my favorite holidays because it gives you a chance to show people that you care. Whether it's gifts, whether it's just time with them, it's just a nice thing to have. New Year's is also fun. It's a way to reflect and look back on your life. I don't think I like it as much as Christmas, but it is a time to look back and see how you approached this year and then try to find your way to be better next year. And hopefully you do it, because some people don't. TikTok. I'm glad it's gone. It's not gone, is it? No, that's Vine. I'm glad that TikTok is less prominent, I guess. Alright, next one. I'm glad that's gone too. Although racism isn't really completely gone, I know a lot of people still have these preconceived notions. I think when it comes to comedy, it's fine and all in good fun. But when it comes to racism in general, segregating people, to generalizing about someone, I think it's somehow almost ridiculous to think that it's still a thing. I just want to move on from there. Silver 76, he's gay. Deal with it. Super Bowl. I guess it's fun compared to if you enjoy the teams, and I think overall, if it's a good game, it's fun to watch. Football is one of those things I could just sit and watch, whether it's a team I like or not. So, I mean, the Super Bowl is one of the big things. I think it's dying down lately, because it seems like they don't really try as hard lately with the Super Bowl. But, yeah, I mean, I'm not a big sports person, but I think Super Bowl is always fun to watch. Violence in video games should be a thing. It shouldn't be ridiculed. It shouldn't be something that needs to be looked at as something that causes violence. I think it's something on the parent to see and know that this is something that they should be watching. Like monitoring. Coming to America. Coming to America. Still a great movie. Women in gaming. Don't see why that's a problem. Don't see why that's still a thing. Don't see why that is an issue that we have still today. Women, whether it's behind the scenes or character development, women should always be in gaming. How are you going to not have a woman in gaming? I mean, whether they're the main character, whether the side character, it's always something, it's like having an issue with a black main character. It's like, why is this still a thing? It's just ridiculous. Treat people how you want to be treated. Just skin color. It's not a big deal. It's you have a vagina, I have a penis, whatever. Whatever the issue is, it shouldn't be segregating. People in the industry of gaming should not be ridiculed because they are not have not been doing it, or I don't know, not the demographic, I guess. I don't know. Gaming in general has become mainstream and people enjoy it no matter what you are. Anyway, selling out. I wish I could do that. I mean, eventually I hope to just have some kind of market for what I want to sell, and you know, selling out in general is always annoying, but I think if I can find a good community that enjoys my work, I don't think it's selling out necessarily. But I think at the time I was talking about bands like Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco. It's one of those things where I think people just kind of, they'll do anything. I mean, you've seen Fall Out Boy in an episode of Teen Titans. I don't get why that's a thing either. Captain Marvel, I think, was a great movie for a solo film. I don't see why people had an issue with it. I think it was fine. I think Brie Larson was great. You know, you could always ask for more, but I don't really expect much from that character because I'm not a big fan of that character. If it was a solo film for Spider-Man and it was awful and undeveloped, I would be like, oh, okay, well, that's disappointing. Disney owning everything. I'd say more power to them. Don't become a monopoly, I guess, though. Gaming channels, like I said, wish I was one. Funhouse, which I feel, and I can look at this back now and see if this is true later in life, but I feel like they're going to slowly dismantle as far as Funhouse. Game Grumps, I don't know how they're still, you know, evaluating their stuff or just doing stuff. I don't get Game Grumps anymore. I don't really watch them, but I think gaming channels in general need to find that edge in order to have people keep watching. Other than that, it's just kind of basic at this point. The MCU is great, phenomenal, I love it. Everything about the MCU is great. They even have more series is coming out, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, all the different stuff that's coming out, I'm excited for. Twilight Zone. If you get a chance, go back and watch the old ones. That's all I gotta say. Conventions and cosplays, love them. Anytime you get a chance to go to a convention, you should go. Comic book convention, fucking bead convention, I don't give a fuck. Just go to a convention. Endgame, one of my favorite movies of this year. It's fantastic, and I love everything about it. Next one, Rise of the Skywalker. I think this will be interesting, to be honest. I liked 7. I think J.J. Abrams will do a great job with this one, but, you know, we'll never know until it comes out. But I think the whole Palpatine coming back, or hints at Palpatine coming back, I think it's going to be interesting to see. Parenting. Again, like the video games, parenting should be about taking care of your kid. Don't worry about, you know, your own life. Well, I guess you should worry about your own life, but you should monitor what your kids are doing all the time. I mean, not kind of with a microscope, but do it to a point where you should be able to, you know, enjoy time with them and be able to trust them with things, and it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, they're gonna push back, but you should be able to take care of them and show them that you care about them, and it shouldn't be any kind of pressure, I guess. I know some people have issues with that, but I just don't get it. I mean, I think it's easy to raise a kid, I guess, if you care about them and they have no issues with you. You don't keep them from things that they love. Maybe I'm out of my depth on that one, but I just think that's the basic points that I would want to do. Music in general. I think this is when I was complaining about Billie Eilish, I'm pretty sure. Billie Eilish, don't really care much for her. Don't really get the music style. People like her. I like the memes from her. That's about it. More luck to her. More power to her. I still am set on this bandwagon of Post Malone not being such a just rapper. It sounds pretentious to say that he's more than a rapper. I think, honestly, especially with his new song Circles, it really shows that he can be an artist and not just some, you know, rapper, you know, spitting hot fire. Next one. Morals. No, generations. Generations. I hate generations. People who complain about the generations. Millennials, the baby boomers. I don't give a fuck about it. Just fucking enjoy your life. Leave people the fuck alone. Let them do what they want to fucking do. Unless you're killing someone or fucking just doing something that someone else doesn't want them doing and it affects their lives directly, then don't fucking bother with that. It's fucking stupid. which comes to my morals. Be a good person. Stop being a dickhead. Don't be such a dickhead. Why are you a dickhead? Stop doing it. The Lion King. I did not like the new one because it was... I had a message and a comment from the last, in my opinion, about Lion King. Because I talked about it and I said it wasn't that it was bad, it just was the same thing I've seen before. And with that, there was no emotion to the characters. It didn't really feel like I felt what they were going through. Like, there's a lot of scenes that are a lot more powerful in the original than this one because I couldn't get into it. The emotion on their face was just a cat. There was no smiles. It was so hyper realistic that it took away from the emotion of the movie. I tried to talk to him. I think the guy was named Dwight. Shout out to you. I'm glad you voiced your opinion. I appreciate that. Stuff like that I love. I enjoy when people just kind of go out of their way to tell me how they feel, whether it's offensive, whether they're angry. It makes me feel like I'm getting up there and making something of a discussion for people to talk about. It's just something that I enjoy. Just debating about stuff, whether I'm right or wrong. It's nice to talk about how you feel about something. That's what I made this whole thing, in my opinion. E3, I'm pretty sure was uneventful. I'm pretty sure. I forget what else was there. Maybe I made a big deal of it. I don't remember. Golfing. I love golfing. Golfing's kind of fun. It hurts the legs and the knees, but you get a golf cart, you'll be alright. I did find our cat Ness, thank God. That was a big focal point of that episode. But yeah, it's just been good to just have her back. Avengers. The Avengers game, I believe this was about. I have faith that this game is going to be good. I'm staying optimistic. I'm hoping that it'll be great. And it should just be a fun game to play. I mean, even if it's for a couple hours, just get with your friends and play it. I mean, I don't think it matters if it's got to be perfect. It's just an Avengers game, that's all. Next one, Black Sheep. I think this is the one that I was having issues with my family. I was getting pissed off at my family, and I think this is why, because I feel like I'm always the odd man out, and I hate that feeling, and it's just annoying to feel like you don't belong in your family, or feel like you're the one that no one understands. I sound very like Simple Plan songy, but that's just how I felt. The internet. The internet's an awful place, but also can be a great place. It is a double-edged sword. That's it. The bathwater. The Bella Delphine. I don't fucking know her name. She's a weirdo, but she owns it. She owns the meme of selling her bathwater. I say more power to her. If she can find comedy in that and have fun with it, then I say go for it. I don't think people are legit, drinking the bathwater, but I think it's good to laugh at the meme and have that to be fun for other people. Comic-Con 19. Don't think if there's necessarily a big thing coming, but I was making predictions, and I don't think that's really something I had a specific thing on about the Comic-Con in general. Gay Pride. Think it's a great thing. I think it's great, just like black heritage, being proud to be your culture, or proud to be something you are. I think that's always good. I'm proud to be a nerd. I'm proud to be a single white male. Proud to be a nice rich white male. I'm not a rich white male. I'm just a white male. It's good to be white. Ghosts. I kind of believe in ghosts. I think there is somewhat of a spiritual world, but I don't think there is an afterlife, if that makes any sense. I think ghosts are something that, I guess, the memory of someone, I suppose. Overwatch. Overwatch was a big one. Love Overwatch. Overwatch is always going to be one of my favorite games. I think it'll always be a special place in my heart, and I want to do more videos on it, have people play with me. I'm hoping to get Kibbles on here and doing a collab, because I did talk to him about doing one. I want to do a video with him. Hopefully we can do one in the future, and I hopefully by then, a couple of years in the future, I'm not just blowing smoke up my ass. Depression. It's difficult to deal with. I think it's a tough thing to handle, and I think it's best to just find help or find someone that can talk to when it comes to shit like that. You should be able to find someone to talk to about problems and be able to talk about what bothers you and what gives you that feeling, and help you kind of find a feeling of wanting to live, or just in general wanting to enjoy life. And I think it's good to enjoy life, and I think just depression, it happens to everybody sometimes. I mean, some people have it chronically, but I think when it comes down to people who just have it on occasion, you should definitely address it head on and find what makes you upset or makes you depressed, and find someone who can help you, or just find a way to internally, I guess maybe not internally, but find something to express it out of. Sony Spider-Man, it's going to piss me off because that's fresh. Tom Holland isn't with the MCU anymore, I guess. Hopefully we have something good coming out. That's all I can only hope for. That's all I really want. I just want to have something good coming out of this, but, you know, we'll see. And Disney Plus, I'm sure I will get, but some of the footage or the things that they're making, I don't really agree with, nor do I want to see. Mostly Marvel and Mandalorian is what I want to see, so that would be it. And that is all 100 of them. My throat hurts. I'm going to be honest, I was not ready to get all these out of there. But I did it. That's all of them. I think all 107. There's more than just 100, but this is the 100th episode. And I appreciate you guys for watching. This is a long-ass episode. I know. I am sorry. Watch it on your free time. Watch it when you got time. Just like, subscribe, show people. I don't care. I just want to have people enjoy my things I'm making, because I enjoy these things too. Talking about stuff, sharing pops, playing video games, showing my cool friends and having fun with them. And yeah, that's it. So that's my 100th in my opinion. Maybe I'll do something different for the 200th. And I hope that you keep on going with In My Opinion, because it's something that I find therapeutic and enjoyable. So that's it for me. Thanks if you've gotten through the whole video and took time out to listen to everything. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys next time. That is one of those movies that you don't really need to see. It's a nice rendition or nice addition to the story, but it honestly is not something that needs to really be seen.